just want to welcome everyone that's joining us for our live QA today. Today's topic is breaking cycles and building wealth. And we're going to talk about building financial wealth today. So for those that don't know, I'm Jamesha Ross. I wear many hats, but some of them are occupational health nurse. I'm an author of an ebook, The Nursing School Survival Guide. I have developed a self-screening app for COVID-19 for employees to use. And what I love more than anything else that I do is I'm a transformational coach. So people ask, well, what's that? Well, transformational coaching is I help people get to their best version. And the people that I help are women that want more in life, but they feel stuck. And they may struggle with procrastination a little bit. And I help them build all 4 types of wealth that they can use to make their goals turn into reality and leap to the next level in life. So I am so honored to have this live Q&A with Miss Shellana Morris. She is the co-owner of Worth Cinnaholic and a very dear friend of mine. And I just love you to pieces. So welcome.
Thank you. And you are awesome. Goodness. Doing so much. Wow.
Thank you. So I know some people don't know how far back we go. Me and Shelina, we go back to like elementary school. A lot of people don't still talk to their friends from first grade, but we developed a bond from a bully, which we won't name, but thank you for bringing us together because we really haven't looked back. And so
let me just say, I'm the one that got bullied because I don't know how to fight.
So I don't think it ever came to blows either, but if she wasn't the person she was, then we may not have joined the bond that we have. So thank you. But I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me on this live because you have a very inspirational story going from teen mom to franchise owner. And we were both teen parents. I found out I was pregnant at 14, delivered at 15. And not only that, but she was 10 weeks early. And that's hard for an adult. So as a teen mom, that was just like really hard. And so how old were you when you found out? And then how old were you when you delivered?
Yeah, I was 16 and I delivered 2 weeks before my 17th birthday.
See, that was hard. That was so hard. And we grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I still live here. Shelana's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but Oklahoma just has horrible numbers when it comes to teen pregnancy. And we've made some improvement, but it's still a lot of improvement that needs to be made. So I want to go ahead and ask you, like, how did you overcome teenage pregnancy?
Oh, goodness. To be honest, the grace of God.
Absolutely.
The grace of God just protect me, looking over me, favor, all that stuff. I mean, that's how I overcame it. And then in addition to that, the Lord gave me determination. I will say, when I found out I was pregnant, I had to tell my grandmother. You know my grandmother.
Yes.
So that was tough when I had to sit down with her. I think just the expression on her face of she was disappointed, and I never saw her look at me that way. And it wasn't a look of disappointment because this beautiful blessing is about to join us, baby. It wasn't that. It was, she's old school. She was like, your life is over. You have to drop out of school. She just thought I could no longer, accomplish my dreams or aspirations. So that's the disappointment that was in her face. And, with that determination, I don't know. It's like I never wanted to see that expression ever again. So it just burned a fire in me to where I just wanted to prove everyone wrong. I wanted to make her and my family proud. You know, I wanted to, once my daughter got older, I wanted, you know, to make her proud. And so I just went from there. You know, I didn't want to, I love my family. My family has always been supportive. And I wanted to, I didn't want to be a burden to them in a way.
Right.
So I went out at 17. I got my own apartment for me and my daughter. And I lived in that same apartment through high school. After graduation, I applied to University of Tulsa, got accepted, and you know, lived in that same apartment, you know, through all of college. And then, you know, after graduation, I got my first job as a software engineer in Missouri, and picked up. I didn't know anybody in Missouri. Picked up and moved me and my daughter there, and you know, started life there. So I would say that's how I overcame it. Just God's grace and gave me.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I remember like being so intentional with my choices every day, like choosing to go to school every day, choosing to do my classwork and my homework. And it did get harder after I moved out of my mom's house and moved into my first apartment. I moved into Sun Garden, which was known for being gun garden because it was always popping and it was always lit. So it was hard to stay focused and still do what I needed to do for my daughter. Are you still with me? Because my phone is kind of spinning right now.
Yeah, the
okay.
kind of breaking up.
Okay. Is it clearing up now? Because it's still kind of frozen on my end. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then the video is just frozen. Okay. But yeah, it was really hard to stay focused and do what we needed to do for our children, but we did it. Yes, we did. So how did that impact who you are today?
Let's see. I didn't hear the question. It was kind of breaking. Can you repeat the question for me?
How did being a teen mom impact who you are today?
Up again on me. You know what? Rejoin back in because it looks like it's freezing.
Okay. I'm gonna take you out. And am I frozen to anyone right now? Okay. Let me see if I can join her, pull her back in. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so it's fine now for you. We'll try this again. Okay. I'm gonna try to pull you back in. It's not giving me the option just yet. So let me, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, you should be seeing it on your end. Okay. We're back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. You look pixelated, but I can see myself, so I don't know.
Okay, that was weird. Okay, we'll move on.
We were not going to be like Teddy Riley and Babyface.
Okay, so the question was, how did being a teen mom impact who you are now?
Oh gosh, yeah. So, you know, that determination I talked about earlier. Anyone who knows me know I'm the exact same way. Like I'm I'm just determined. You know, I'm just always into everything. I always, you know, own a lot of businesses and trying to get involved with whatever I can. But I mean, it's that same thing. You know, I want to do what I can to make my children proud and make my family proud. And I mean, I am the exact same way today.
I feel you.
It really formed my character.
Yes, yes. So that's so true. I mean, it helps uncover and reveal those strengths and weaknesses that you have, and it helps you really see how resilient you are. And so, I mean, it was hard, but it just made us stronger and made us more resilient. So the real meat of the live session is, you know, breaking cycles and building wealth. So I want to ask you, like, how did you break the cycle of teenage pregnancy with Jasmine? And don't worry about Callie, because we're going to be all over her. She's not going to have any room to do anything.
I know.
How did you break it with Jasmine?
Bubble.
Yeah.
So breaking the cycle, you know, I thought about this question, and, you know, as a teenager, I never was a perfect teenager. Still today, I'm not a perfect adult. Still learning every day. I can't even claim that I'm the perfect mom. But all I could do was try to show my oldest Jasmine some of the positive things that, you know, that I hope that she could take and add to her life. So one thing she knows about me, I'm a hard worker. You know, I did what I could, you know, going to school. I mean, she knows growing up, when I was in college, I didn't have a computer at home. So it'd be nights we pack up all her little toys and her little sippy cup, and we go to the computer lab, and she would sleep on the floor, you know, while mama finish her assignment. Or she had to go to class with, you know, some of my best friends. You know, we just made it happen. So, and then, you know, I felt I had a testimony with teenagers. So, you know, again, my daughter saw me join the youth ministry where I could mentor teenagers. So, you know, I tried to do what I could and get her involved in church, and just hoping that she could take some of those positive things and apply it to her life. But ultimately, I read something here recently that I'm like, oh, that's good stuff. It was about twin brothers growing up in the same household with an alcoholic father. And one brother grew up and was an alcoholic. And when he was asked, you know, what happened, he said, I watched my father. And then you got the other twin brother. He grew up, never touched a drink, never wanted to, never, ever. And when you asked him what happened, he said, I watched my father. So ultimately, for me, in my viewpoint, it comes down to your perspective on things and how you take your circumstance or how you view your circumstance. So as far as breaking the cycle, I have to give kudos and acknowledgement to my daughter Jasmine, because that's a decision that she made. And you know, I see her do little things that I would do. She was a hard worker in high school. She didn't want to have to ask me for anything. She graduated. She moved away to college, went to Arizona State, and you know, she worked real hard in school. I mean, during school, she had even gotten sick to where she had to have surgery and be hospitalized for a week. And being like her mama, she high on whatever drugs they gave her during the surgery, and she got on her laptop when they reeled her in the recovery room trying to finish
oh my goodness.
And then after she finished her final, then, you know, she tried to rest. But so, you know, I see her do
Wow.
little things, do too much like her mom. But, you know, in my viewpoint, she's lived her life perfectly. I mean, now she's graduated. She have her own career. She works at a Christian university there in Phoenix. She's engaged.
Oh, good.
Yeah, about to be
Oh,
married. So I'm just so proud of her. But
awesome.
yeah, breaking that cycle, to me, it comes down to perspective and individual, you know, just your individual choice.
That is really good. I'm glad you shared that. I'm proud of a lot of things that I've accomplished and overcome, but that is one of the things that I'm most proud about, is that my children did not have to be teen parents. And every time my child reached any of my children reached that milestone where I was when I became a mother, I just had like a mini celebration inside, because I was so thankful that they made it past that point. And I was, thanking God. And I, of course, didn't say anything to them, but I was just like, okay, they made it past that. And then it was like, okay, they graduated. And it was just always a very personal moment for me, because my mom was in high school when she had me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And, I was a freshman, when I had Shellana. So it was just something I didn't want them to do. So that's really good. I'm glad you shared that.
Oh,
so let's talk about what you are doing now as the co-owner of Cinnaholic, or Worth Cinnaholic. And before you get started, I just want to let everybody know that you bailed out on me on my bachelor trip in Miami so that you could go to training for Cinnaholic.
That's right. That's right.
You passed up being on the beach, eating, drinking, partying, so that you could actually leave a legacy. So I get it. And, I'm not holding any grudges, but I just still want the record to reflect that you did not come. You weren't there, but you were doing things.
But let me say this. Even though I had to bail out on you, in your words, creating this legacy, you are a great friend, and
thank you.
It just shows how no matter what, we still support each other, because even though I couldn't make it, and I know that was a big, important time in your life, you came on my grand opening day. I didn't even know you were outside. It was hundreds of people.
It was very successful.
It was down the street, around the corner. You stood in line. You drove from Tulsa to Fort Worth, Texas, stood in line for hours to get a cinnamon roll, and turned back around and went home. I was like, that's my girl right there. That's my girl. So
and I
appreciate
that. So, what inspired you to open a franchise, and what is it like being a franchise owner?
Well, like I told you all, I'm always involved in everything. I'm just busy. So, I've always owned some businesses that I started from the ground up. And, I tried an event planning business, and then I owned a transportation company, a non-emergency transportation company working with the elderly. And so, I'm just always trying different things. And I just wanted to try something different. When it came to owning a franchise, I think I never tried it before because it was intimidating to me. Like whenever I would Google, franchise, and, you see how much it costs, and you have to have all this net worth, 300,000, $1 million, just all this money. And I just closed the computer. So, all these years has been very intimidating. But what can they say? They can either say yes or no. I just got to a point to where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And just tried it. I partnered with a good friend of mine, as well as my mother. And we just submitted the application. Cinnaholic welcomed us, accepted us. And then it came to funding. And I'm like, well, we got this approval from the franchise, so surely we're going to get funding. And the first place we went to get funding, they was like, nope, denied. So that was I was just like, Lord, I know that you and I have opened this door for us to leave us. So
That's right.
it's meant to be. So just, that's okay. This happened for a reason, just so that I can share this testimony of it's not going to always be perfect. You may get denied. You may get denied a whole bunch of times, but just keep trying. So the three of us, we ended up just going out and finding funding on our own. Mm-hmm. And then we got approved. And I mean, the way the Lord works, it's like exactly the amount of money we needed to build out the store is how much we each individually got approved for, to the penny. I mean, that's more than less. I mean, to the penny. Exactly what we needed. That's what we got approved for. So, yeah, the build out process, that was new and exciting. And yeah, we opened last year in January, and as you said, it was really successful, really exciting, and it's been an experience. But yeah, I would encourage anyone to don't get discouraged.
I know so many people do. They get afraid of that uncharted territory, and they make decisions based on fear. So it's not just fear of failure, but it's even fear of success. Like fear is fear. And so, and I just encourage people that I work with, like, you don't have to do this alone. You can have a mentor. You can have a coach. Lord knows I don't limit the coaches and mentors that I have, because I can't stay still. So I'm always doing something, and I'm like, help me with this, help me with that. What you think I should do with this? So I'm always reaching out. But one thing I just really want to tell anybody that's on here listening is nobody's going to save you. You got to make it happen yourself. So don't be afraid. And if you have a vision to do something, God does not give you a vision without provision. So I'm just like, that's it. He always does things for the people that think they are not qualified, and he qualifies them, and they do it.
That's right. I mean,
what was that?
No, I was saying aside from the financing, once we, finally found financing, then the next step was trying to find a location. And we're like, surely, we got this paper to say we franchise owners. Okay, we've been approved by the bank. So everybody gonna try to give us, a location, and denied, no, you can't be here. Excuse me. So, I'm just thankful for the journey. Because again, I can share, it's not going to be a cakewalk. You may get told no. And we were told no, and we went on to the next place and the next place. And ultimately, God's hand was just all over it, because, excuse me, because the locations that we were trying to be at, those places are down and under, not successful, not accessible.
Wow.
We thought it was going to be. We would have went out of business if we would have those locations. And the location that we're in now, we're still open and thriving. And
that's a beautiful location.
Oh, thank you.
It is. We went next door and we bought some stuff over there. They have a movie theater, but anyway, we'll get into that later. But I think that a lot of people just, they want to know, like, how can I build wealth? How can I build a financial foundation? And I tell people, like, you need to, first of all, think about a problem that you can solve or something you can add value to. Don't think about yourself, because it's not about you. Mm-hmm. And it happens when you're solving a problem, or you're feeling a need, or you're improving something. That's when it happens. And it's different for everyone. So, yeah. Okay. So that's just good. That's really good. Good stuff. So let me ask you, what is success to you?
Oh gosh, as I've grown, the definition of success has changed. To me now, success is being rich in family and being rich in my relationship with God. I have a very close relationship with my family. We're very supportive of each other, very loving. And then, of course, my relationship with God, oh, he took me a long way and have navigated me through some paths that I thought I need to go this way. He like, nope, look, I'm just going to put you on this other path. You're going to listen to me. And, I'm just grateful for that. Now, I used to think that success was all monetary. And until, I worked myself to death. And I had accepted a job, and that job had like a medical clinic on the campus of the job. And in between my meetings, I stopped in the clinic and I was like, I'm having chest pains. Is a doctor available? And I have a meeting I'm on my way to, but I'll come back. Just let me know what time, And they were like, ma'am,
not how it works.
You have chest pains right now. Okay, we're gonna need to take you to the back. And so, and that money, that job paid a lot of money, and I'm just like, you know what? Ultimately, it's not worth my health, because if I'm taken away from here, I'm away from my children and away from my family, and it's just not worth that. So, like I said, as I've grown and matured, just success has that definition has changed for me.
Yes,
ultimately, it's family and my relationship with God.
I'm so glad you shared your story on that part, because there are people out there that want to do things just because of the money, and the stress level is not something that's healthy for them. And so that's really good that you shared, just your experience with pursuing something, and it just ended up revealing that you needed to make the change. You needed to pivot to something else.
Yeah.
So, and I really feel like the ultimate level of success is being able to inspire other people. And, your experience is inspiring so many people.
Oh, I appreciate it.
That's truly, truly success. So, what advice would you give to someone that wants to open a franchise? And I'm getting ready to take notes, because that's on my list too. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. I need number 7.
This is your number 20th. I'm on number 1 or 2. But no, just I think I would just say, I think I mentioned it before, just don't get discouraged. I mean, like I said, my road was not easy getting to this franchise. We were told no so many times and so many ways down the road. And we could have said, you know what, okay, this is just not in the cards for us. It's just not meant for us to, ever be franchise owners. Let's just go back to doing our own thing,
Oh my goodness.
And, but the Lord wanted more for us. And so I would just say, don't get discouraged. Keep going. And you mentioned having unlimited mentors. I know I had posted something about my story somewhere, and people just started reaching out to me out of nowhere just to get more information and wanting to know about the process of franchising. And I love mentoring people. Whatever I personally go through and learn, I can't wait to share it with others. So I love mentoring people. So I would say, get your mentor. Don't get discouraged. Keep going. Keep trying. And like I said, all they can say is no. No.
And you know what? No doesn't mean no. It just means not right now.
Right. Yeah.
I'm persistent. I'm like, remember when you said no? What about now?
Right. Yeah. And then too, I mean, you have to remember that sometimes, like I told you about just finding the location for our franchise. I mean, we were so hurt. Like, we didn't understand why, we couldn't be, in these certain locations. And sometimes you have to just let go and let the process happen, because God already knows what he has in store. Like, God already knew, look, I don't want to put y'all over there because they gonna all go out of business, or it's not gonna be successful. Look, I'm trying to set you up. Like, just listen to me. And once we finally listened, I mean, across the street from us, you know, they built a new convention center. You know, somewhere else, you know, they're building more museums. I mean, we're 2 minutes down the street from downtown. We're 5 minutes from TCU. And I mean, we're just right in the middle of this community that we didn't even know about. And we're in the mecca of where we need to be to thrive.
Yes. Oh, praise him. That is so good. So everything that you've shared with us is awesome. You are awesome. I think we can wrap this up unless there's anything else you want to add to the people watching.
No, I think I put it all out there. I just want to thank you. I know you brought me on to share my inspiring story, but you are very inspiring. I mean, you have a story of your own and you are doing it. I know you had posted, I haven't talked to you in a while, and you had posted something of everything that you're doing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to step my game up. I need to find 5 other things to do. But I mean, I just love it. That's the type of friendships that you should have, just positive, supportive friendships. Yeah. And, you know, nothing that would cause jealousy. Like, I see you doing good. It don't make me get upset. It's like, oh, I need to do that too. You know, it's like, it's just supporting each other. So I just love it. And I love you. Thank you for having me.
I love you too. Well, I do want to say that I'm going to upload this video on my YouTube channel, Jamesha Ross RN. So just in case you want to watch it again, or if you didn't catch all of it, it'll be there. And also tomorrow we're going to have Breaking Cycles and Getting Contracts with LaKendra Carter, aka Getting Money. And and on Friday we're gonna have Breaking Cycles and Breaking Molds with Aisha Peters. And so it's gonna be more to come. I am so happy again, and then we'll be keeping up because I'm gonna come down there and get. Oh, you gotta tell people where to come get the cinnamon rolls, the cakes. I mean the cookies and the pineapple whip, because that pineapple whip be looking so good.
Of course, we are located. Now I have to do my commercial. We are located at 7 Currie Street in Fort Worth, Texas. We are at the corner of 7th Street and Currie Street in Fort Worth. We are across the street from Boardroom Salon for Men. And something about Cinnaholic that you may not know. Of course, we're gourmet cinnamon rolls, but everything is 100% vegan. So that means everything plant-based, dairy-free, egg-free, cholesterol-free. You know, it's just amazing.
That takes away some of the guilt because, you know,
yes,
I have a horrible sweet tooth. Like, I can go. I'm with it. So,
well,
thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely delicious. Even if you're not vegan, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have not even known. So
no, great, it's delicious. And beware, it's gonna be a long line, but it'll be worth it. And they move fast.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll let you know when it's loaded up on the YouTube channel so you can share. And thank everyone that came on to enjoy this live Q&A with us. And see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow.